back to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark and I'm having fun because it's a podcast where we're having fun.
So. Oh, okay. I'm Krista. Hi. I guess I'm having fun too.
You're having a good time. We just watched a great movie. So we're feeling good. Mm-hmm. Loving life.
Sure.
Yeah. We actually finally watched Morbius.
We did. I think in the last episode is when we were talking about it.
Probably.
And I said I had to put it on hold in the library, and I felt real dumb for having to do that. But you know what? I got it.
You got it. Yep.
I went and picked it up, and I was like, I went up to the desk, and I was like, oh, geez, I hope nobody notices what I'm checking out, because this is embarrassing. And it had, like, my name on the side of it. I'm just like, ugh. But... yeah, we got it.
Did you go to, like, the oldest person there that maybe wouldn't know what Morbius is?
I just went to whoever was manning the desk, because honestly, that's all you can do at that library.
It's true. Yeah, it was, I mean, is it really that bad? It was really boring.
It was very boring.
And it had some really stupid stuff in it.
Yeah.
But it's not like the worst movie I've ever seen.
No.
But it's just not worth it. It's very Sony. Like Venom was. Like,
yeah.
This is not worth my time.
Yeah, they're just all boring. What is this?
Somebody
unless it's
sucks
Spider-Man.
At movies except for Into the Spider-Verse.
It's like, if it's...
and the first Spider-Man. I just wish they'd stop making movies beside Into the Spider-Verse. Because they suck at it. Because they're making that Madam Web movie. And it's like, oh, we just cast Mary Parker, Spider-Man's mom. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Apparently that's going to be Emma Roberts going to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I don't care about that stupid story. I don't want to see why Spider-Man became Spider-Man without Spider-Man being in it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's dumb, but we're going to get to see it, maybe.
I'm like, oh, okay.
You're going to have to rent it again.
At least this is free because it came from the library, so I didn't have to spend any money on it.
Oh, yeah.
No, the library spent money on it, so I guess my taxes spent money on it.
That's true.
But, I'm okay with that because it also pays for other good things.
That's right.
Like Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I also got from the library. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, we're balancing it out.
That's right.
It's fine.
That's right. Yep. Gotta support our local libraries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I do think that Matt Smith was the only good thing in that.
Which I expected that.
Yeah.
Because it's Matt Smith.
Yeah.
And usually he's pretty good and stuff.
Yeah, he was pretty goofy.
He was very dancing around, and I was like, okay.
Overdoing it. Yeah.
Okay.
He was worthwhile.
Yeah.
And I like Al Madrigal, but I mean, he didn't really do much. He was the cop that brought the holy water in.
Oh, okay.
To the thing.
He's
the guy with glasses.
Okay, I think I know which one you're talking about, but I wasn't really paying attention.
I like him as a person.
Okay.
But I didn't care about his character all that much. Yeah. And then those end credit scenes
were
just as bad as I heard.
So dumb.
They were so stupid.
Why did the Vulture end up in that world?
It doesn't make sense.
I don't understand. He went from the Tom Holland world to the Morbius world? That doesn't make sense.
I think it had something to do with Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was so stupid. I don't know why I'm here, but I think it has something to do with Spider-Man.
Why would you think that?
And I'm like, it could not have been Michael Keaton in that suit either.
Oh, no way.
They did not pay him to come in and wear the Vulture suit and say, like, they're like, here, we're going to ADR your lines and just have some rando in this suit because, that's what they did.
I think guys like us should team up and do some good. Interesting.
Was it interesting or was it intriguing?
Yeah,
it's like,
that was stupid.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not intriguing.
Yeah, what a bad movie.
Oh, man. So
yeah, but it's done. We've seen it. We can never think about it ever again.
Yay!
We morbed out.
We did.
I can't believe they released that movie twice.
Oh my gosh.
What were they thinking?
Right? Oh,
man. Good times. Well, any other news before we get into our movie? Anything happening? I can't remember. The group shorts are out, but we haven't watched them yet.
Oh, I didn't even know they were out.
Mm-hmm. I forgot until a few minutes ago.
Whoops.
I saw it on Twitter, I think, or Facebook or something.
I mean, they're just shorts, so maybe we might cover that next week or something if we watch it.
Maybe.
I mean, if they're
there
short,
really may not be anything really to cover. I think it's just...
we might just be like, we watched them.
It was cute.
It was cute.
Yeah, or
We're
it
done.
sucked.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate Groot.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else.
I don't think any new news has come out that I can think of. I hope not. I guess they released pictures of the She-Hulk villains like Titania and the rest. I don't remember the other person's name. So it's what's her name from The Good Place? Jamil.
I don't know.
I like her.
I've never seen
I don't remember
The Good
her name.
Place, so I don't know. I mean, I've seen her, but I don't know any of her work.
Yeah, she's gotta like her, but we'll see. That'll start next week or this week.
Oh,
starts this week, that 18th.
Oh,
yeah.
So I guess we have to cover that.
Get pumped. I think it might be okay. Just the CGI is going to be the only thing that I'm probably not going to like, I think.
And I did like the second trailer better.
I did,
so maybe it'll be fine. I just did not.
I haven't watched the
trailer.
new clips. I kind of just want to go. I want to take the higher note that the second trailer had and go with that. I don't want to ruin that with another one that might not be as good.
Yeah, and it's going to have lots of cameos from other characters because Wong is going to be in there. You're going to have Abomination, Daredevil.
Yep.
Hulk, of course, because that's they're cousins.
Yep.
I don't know who all else, but
who knows?
Could
Maybe
be anybody.
Echo show up.
Maybe.
I don't know why, but
no,
you never know.
I don't know.
So it'll just be interesting, at least maybe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I think
something to talk about.
I think Angelica from Hamilton is in it.
Oh yeah,
Renee
she might be
Elise
the other.
Goldberry.
She might be the other person I don't remember the name of.
Maybe.
Like Doctor something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Pretty sure she's in it, so that'd be
Sounds
nice.
right.
I like her.
Yeah, I got no problem with her at all. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, because I don't have anything else to say.
I got nothing else going.
We're just kind of sitting here going, yeah, sounds good.
Yep,
yeah,
we did it. All right, we're continuing the Harry Potter franchise.
Yep.
It's been a minute since the last one.
Yeah, because I feel like we did, the last time we did a Harry Potter one, not a Wizarding World one.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we did those.
Back in I don't know.
Yeah, it was a while.
January or something?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we did watch all of the Fantastic Beasts ones and got to rant about those.
Yeah.
And now we get to rant about this one. Now, there are some things I like about it, but there are a lot of things I do not like about this one.
Yeah. This is Prisoner of Azkaban.
It is.
I remember liking the book pretty well.
Mm-hmm. It's my favorite of the books.
Yeah. I think I liked it. It's hard to really remember.
Yeah.
And I'll say this for this movie. It has a lot of problems, but it didn't feel like long.
No, it doesn't feel long.
It felt quick. Yeah. I felt the pacing was good, and it doesn't feel like it's 2.5 hours, which I think it's close to like 2:20 or so.
There are a lot of unnecessary pieces in it.
Yeah.
Like transitions.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah. They added a lot of questionable things.
Yeah, and there's one thing that they don't really go into that I feel like they should go into a little more.
Okay.
Which I'll talk about once we get to it, I guess. Because something happens that they don't explain why certain characters know about this certain thing. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. Do they go into the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we'll see what that is.
Yes. But this one is the first one that had a new director.
Yeah, no, Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
He was sailing the ocean blue.
I guess so.
Couldn't be bothered.
So yeah, Chris Columbus did the first two, and then I guess he just decided he didn't want to do anymore, or maybe they just wanted to go with somebody new. I don't know. Yeah. So they brought in Alfonso Cuarón to do this one.
How many does he do? Is this his only one?
This is his only one.
That's probably for the best.
But he changed a lot of the set pieces, I think, because like the bridge that they show, that's a new thing, and it shows up in it's a big thing showing up in all the rest of them. So
is it a thing like in the books?
No.
Okay.
Not really, no.
We need this bridge. We're gonna need it later.
Yeah. So a lot of the changes that he made with stuff like that, they didn't change anymore after this, I guess, because
it does kind of seem like a rickety bridge that really, but I mean, like everything there's pretty much going to kill everybody anyway. So I guess it fits in.
Yeah.
Like unnecessarily dangerous stuff. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, this one, I do have a little story. Because this one came out in 2004 in the summer. And I saw this one twice in the movie theater. Oh. Once in Italian. Oh. And once in English because I was in Italy when this came out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the month that I was studying abroad, this came out. So there were posters everywhere in Italian and everything.
Yeah.
And one of the friends that I made while I was there, he was like, "Hey, we should go see Harry Potter." So we went to see it in Italian.
It was dubbed?
It was it was.
Oh.
Yeah,
how were the dubbings?
It was all in Italian. I mean, I guess it was fine.
They didn't do like deep voiced Ron or something?
No, it all seemed pretty good.
Yeah.
And
Scubbers!
Oh my gosh. So yeah, we watched it, which meant that I'm not very good at Italian. So trying to sit there and go...
piece it all together.
Especially considering how disjointed this one kind of feels.
Yeah.
I was like,
fair.
Wait, huh?
What are they doing?
Exactly. And so then a couple of weeks later, a big group of us went back and we watched the English version of it that had Italian subtitles.
Yeah.
So it was very fun.
Yeah.
It was like one of my favorite things. I mean, honestly, everything about being in Italy was a favorite thing, but it was like the movie theater was like a block from where I was staying and everything.
That's cool.
So it was really close. And
yeah.
It was fun.
That's awesome.
And we went out and ate pizza after.
Oh, as you do.
And I had pizza that was like it was like a 4 cheese kind of thing, but it was like on different like sections of it. So one of them had gorgonzola, and I was like, "Oh, ooh, I don't like gorgonzola." Well, guess it's good to know that now. So
yep, that's how you learn.
There you go. Oh man. So anyway, it was fun.
Nice.
So that's a nice little memory.
Mm-hmm. All right. What's this movie about?
This movie's about a prisoner that escapes from Azkaban and comes after Harry.
Yep. There you go.
In quotes. In quotes. Comes after Harry in quotes.
Yeah.
So we start off, of course, we're at the Dursleys, as they usually start.
Yep.
And Harry's in his room, and he's like
breaking
under
the law.
covers, and he's breaking the stinking rules from the very first minute, and it's never talked about again.
Yeah.
Even Vernon, Uncle Vernon, he mentions, he's like, you're not supposed to do magic outside of school, but here he is practicing his Lumos spell.
Yep.
It's like, okay, well, in the second movie, Dobby does magic.
Yeah.
And he gets expelled. Or he gets written up or whatever. It's like, but he's sitting here doing Lumos and nothing.
And later he gets in trouble again for it. Like, it's a big thing. But this time they're like, well...
Yeah, he gets in trouble for blowing up Aunt Marge.
Yeah, but I mean, in later movies, he's going to get in trouble.
Oh, yeah, and in later movies, he gets in trouble for it, too. Well,
but he didn't even get in trouble for Aunt Marge.
No, he doesn't get in trouble for it because he's Harry Potter.
Because he's Harry Stupid Potter.
Stupid. Harry Stupid Potter.
Harry S. Potter. Harry Stupid Potter. Still hate Harry Potter.
Oh, man. So, yeah, he's sitting there breaking the rules, of course. And then, I guess it's like later. I don't know if it's the next day or if it's just like weeks later. Who knows? But Aunt Marge, Vernon's sister, comes to visit. She brings her stupid dog, Ripper.
Yeah. She's the worst.
She is awful.
Yeah.
She is
just in general.
Absolutely the worst.
Yep.
And
she says some
very mean, very terrible things about everything in general.
Yeah.
But mainly about Harry and his parents. Mm-hmm. And
that sets him off.
It sets him off. He gets very angry and he can't control himself, so he accidentally does some magic unknowingly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she starts blowing up like a balloon. Yeah. And she floats outside.
Yep. She takes off.
So I was like, okay. And nobody sees this. Yeah. They're going to have to do so many memory charms on the muggles around.
Yeah. So yeah. And he takes off. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm done.
He grabs his trunk and heads out.
Skedaddles.
Mm-hmm. And Uncle Vernon, of course, was running after him, going, "Stop it! Make her come back!" Although, why?
Yeah.
Why would you want her to come back?
Yeah, I don't think anybody really likes her.
No.
I don't even think Vernon likes her, really.
I don't know.
Who would?
Right? So...
Just one of those people.
Yeah, so he just takes off. He walks down the street, and he kind of just sits there on the curb because he's like, I don't even know where to go. I don't know what to do. And like the wind picks up, and he hears
I still don't know why the wind picks up.
I don't either. I guess it's just magic or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but then he hears...
But whose magic?
I don't know. But then he hears like a rustling nearby.
Yeah.
And he looks over across the street, and there's a dog.
It's a terrible dog.
Coming out of the bushes, and it starts barking at him. And knowing who it is, who this dog is,
makes no sense.
Why are you barking at him?
Why would it? And it was like growling. It was being real mean for no reason.
It's like, why?
It made no sense. And also, the design of this dog, I thought, looked awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I compared him to a taxidermy dog.
It does
which
look
I feel like he is. His eyes don't look right. He looks fake and dead, and it's bad. I pictured him in my mind when we were reading, and it looked a lot cooler. He looked a lot fluffier. Because isn't he like, I don't know why. No, that's fluffy. I don't know why I meant that. But still, I pictured him as fluffier. But he just looks mangy and awful.
Well, I mean, you do have to take into account the fact that he's been in Azkaban for 12 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it still looks real bad.
Yeah, he's looking pretty rough.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a real dog.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have just used a real dog.
Yeah, probably would have been okay.
I don't see why that would be so hard.
No.
But whatever.
But yeah, he's barking at him for no reason.
Yep.
It's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're just making him scared.
Yeah.
Don't you want to be like, hi, I'm a nice dog.
Yeah.
Let me come up and sniff your hand and let you pet me and then befriend me, and then maybe it won't be like such a big deal when I turn into a person.
Yeah. Like if they had if the stuff moving was because there was somebody else there and they had explained it or something, he was barking at them or something.
Yeah.
Then okay.
Some kind of a threat to Harry or something.
Yeah.
But no, it looks like he's just barking at Harry.
Yep.
Which scares him, which makes him fall over. And then, I guess as he's falling over, he hails the night bus.
Yep, as you do.
Yeah. So here comes the night bus. It's this big purple double-decker bus.
Triple-decker.
Triple-decker, yeah. Triple-decker bus. And stops to let him get on. And you have Stan Shunpike, who is the guy who lets him on.
Yeah.
Helps him.
He's like the bellboy of the bus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
How that works.
Anyway, so he's there, and then you've got Ernie, who is the driver.
This bus just has beds.
Yeah.
Just randomly scattered throughout.
Which that's how it is in the book. There are beds on it.
I just don't understand why that would be.
Yeah.
There's no seats.
Yeah, because you can pay extra to get a toothbrush, too. Which is kind of weird, but...
I mean,
yeah. Sure.
You're just going to stay on the bus. I guess it's good for like homeless wizards and stuff.
I guess so. But I mean, you would think that if it's a homeless wizard, they wouldn't have any money, and you've got to pay for the night bus, so...
It's true. I mean, maybe they just have enough to get on the night bus and they never get off.
Maybe.
Get their toothbrush. Who knows?
Who knows?
But anyway, they need to secure those beds.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're just
Does not seem comfortable.
They're just flying all over the place. I would not want to sleep on the night bus.
Nope. And it's on the night bus we meet the best character of the movie, the stereotypical shrunken head.
With a Jamaican accent.
Kind of racist. Yep. Yeah. Not in the book.
No.
Just in this. Did not need to be in this.
Nope. Didn't need to be in it at all.
It's bad.
Also, the night bus scene in the book probably is maybe a couple of pages.
Yeah.
This feels like it goes on forever.
Goes on so long.
Unnecessary. Cut that out and put more important things in it.
Yep.
But no, whatever.
Just tighten it up some more even.
Exactly.
You got the bus driver who's, of course, nearsighted, I guess. Big old glasses.
Big, like, Coke bottle lens glasses.
Old as the Dickens.
Yep.
It just speeds around everywhere.
Yep. Almost hits an old lady.
Uh-huh.
Almost hits a couple of other buses. But they can, like...
shrink.
Yeah, shrink somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, get thinner.
Yeah, it was just their way of showing, hey, it's magic.
Magic.
It's like,
isn't
okay.
this whimsical?
Yeah, sure.
Like, okay.
But anyway, they take him to they're taking him to the Leaky Cauldron in London. But while he's on the night bus, he notices that Stan is reading the newspaper, and on the front of the newspaper is Sirius Black.
Yeah.
The mugshot from Azkaban saying, hey, he's escaped. And Harry's like, who's that?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you've never heard of Sirius Black?
I kind of like the mugshot where he's screaming and whatever.
Because he looks
unhinged. It sets him up good. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that was one good thing they really did.
Yeah.
So.
Which, I just like, it's Gary Oldman. I mean, you're not going to be able to go wrong, really, with Gary Oldman coming in as Sirius Black.
Yeah, unless you're talking about personal life, then you might go wrong with Gary Oldman.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, as an actor, he's a very good actor.
Exactly. And also, it's kind of automatically setting him up as the bad guy, because you're like, oh, it's Gary Oldman. Okay. So he's got to be bad.
Is he always bad?
He's the bad guy a lot, I feel like.
He is in Leon.
Fifth Element.
What's he good at? Churchill? When he was Churchill. I've never seen Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I don't know what he's in that.
But I mean, he plays a good bad guy.
He does.
So he explains, hey, that's Sirius Black. He was one of who's major followers.
Mm-hmm. He's a murderer.
He
murdered them all.
So yeah, he I don't know how far he goes into it, but he was sent to Azkaban because he murdered a bunch of muggles and one wizard.
Yeah.
And so he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
They get to the Leaky Cauldron and drop him off, and he's shown to his room by Tom the barman, who was in the first movie as just a normal dude.
Oh, okay.
But now he's a hunchback.
Yeah.
And he's bald.
He had some rough years.
Those 2 years.
He got real bad at the Leaky Cauldron. He tried to make some new drinks. It did not go well. It went real Morbius on him.
So yeah, he's a bit different.
Yep.
He takes him up to talk to Cornelius Fudge, the Minister of Magic, who is there, and he's like, "Oh, Harry, don't worry about it. You're not expelled from Hogwarts.
Yeah, you're not getting in trouble at all."
Exactly, because he's like, "Oh, you're here to like break my wand or whatever, and like tell me that I can never do magic again. I get it." And he's like, "What are you talking about? No, you're fine.
We got your books for you and everything.
Exactly. You don't even have to leave your room, and you probably shouldn't leave your room.
There's a killer out there.
Exactly.
Coming for you.
So
he got you.
So he's not in trouble. Wow.
You're the greatest wizard of our time, Harry.
Who would have expected that he wouldn't get in trouble?
Yeah.
So yeah, he goes to his room, looks at his books. He notices one of them is The Monster Book of Monsters.
I hate this book.
Which this book is basically just on top of a Roomba.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch it.
It is. That is true.
That's what it looks like.
This kind of stuff annoys me about wizards. Because why would you make this?
Yeah.
What is the point?
There's an invisible book of invisibility, I think is what it's called. And they can't find it in the bookstore because it's invisible.
Just wizards being just jerks for no reason. They're like, oh, I'm whimsical. Like,
let me make this book of monsters and turn it into a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, people don't make like, oh, here's a bottle of engine oil. It's super slippery. Like, why?
Yeah, I don't know. It makes no sense.
It's stupid. It makes me hate wizards. And I also don't understand why wizards aren't all, like, super obese. Because they don't do anything. Like, they don't even stir their coffee. They turn their finger around, like, which is dumb.
Why?
Yeah.
What is the point of this? It's just as easy to stir it with the spoon.
Yeah. They don't pack anything. They just like flick their little wrists and it all goes into stuff. And it's like,
yeah. Also,
what's
like,
the point of anything?
And they show like the people at the Leaky Cauldron like turning the chairs over with magic. It's like, It's not that
don't do
hard to do it with. I've turned chairs over.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah. Do they have any muscle at all?
I don't know.
What do they do?
I feel like they would lose the war against Muggles just because they're all just like so lazy.
Well, I mean, they would lose the war against Muggles because they'd get shot immediately.
Yeah, that's true.
What are they going to do?
They would just die, yeah.
Especially if it's like not a bad wizard. If it's a good person, they're going to just get shot and killed because they're not going to Avada Kedavra somebody.
Right.
But
yeah.
Okay,
anyway, that's my rant about wizards today.
Wizards are dumb. I swear, the more I talk about these movies, you think that I absolutely hate everything about it, but I don't. But yeah, I kind of do also.
There's you can still love something that's flawed.
It is very
that's
flawed.
why we're dating. you love me.
And I love my dog, even though he sits there here and starts making all kinds of gross noises while we're trying to record.
Just only when we record.
So much that I had to put him in a separate room and close the door today because he was just so awful.
Yeah. So, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I watch a lot of things that have a lot of problems. MCU movies have problems.
Yeah.
I used to watch wrestling that has so many problems.
Exactly.
It's just you like the fun things about it.
That's true.
There's fun stuff in here.
It's true.
It's not Harry Potter, but everything else is fun.
So anyway, so there's the book thing, which is stupid, of course.
Yeah, to stomp on it to get it to stop eating its own pages.
Yeah.
It's a real cannibal, I guess.
I guess so. I don't know. I don't know. It's dumb. But so then he goes out later and he sees a mouse or a rat and a cat run across in the hallway because they're the cat is chasing the rat. Uh-huh. Never shows where Crookshanks came from at all. It's just Hermione just suddenly has a cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of the whole, okay, we're going to go to the store and she sees the cat and is I want it.
Yeah.
But no, she just always had this cat.
We had to get the night bus in there, guys.
I guess so.
It was very important. We had to show these shrunken heads.
Yeah.
Multiple scenes of shrunken heads that are troublesome.
Yeah. So anyway, that's Scabbers, of course, and Crookshanks is the cat.
Yeah.
And they're just constantly fighting, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more of that in the book, which kind of gets annoying after a while also, but...
Yeah.
I think that in the movie they put the appropriate amount of Scabbers and Crookshanks storyline. Yeah. And you don't have as much of Ron just being pissed off with Hermione forever because he thinks that Scabbers was killed by Crookshanks.
Yeah. They do too much of something else, but yeah, that stuff they do.
Oh yeah. They do definitely do so much. Too much of something else. Anyway, so he goes and greets the Weasleys and Hermione. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Weasley comes up to him and he's like, just want to let you know that you're in danger because Sirius Black is out of Azkaban. He's probably coming to
he's coming for you, bro.
Kill you or whatever. And he's like, just wanted to let you know. Yeah. So, you're in danger. Be careful.
And he's being all coy about it. And that the Ministry of Magic doesn't want him telling him. But didn't Fudge tell him exactly that pretty much? There's a killer out there and it might be coming for you or something.
I don't think he did.
I don't want you getting killed. But he was still warning him about staying away from him. I don't think
he said any. I don't know if he said anything about Sirius. I think he was just it's dangerous out there.
Maybe. I thought he said there was a killer running around or something. Or maybe Harry said that.
Maybe. I don't know. But
there's a murderer.
But I know I'm pretty sure in the books it's nobody wants to tell him why they're trying to keep him at the Leaky Cauldron and, keep him safe, but whatever. So, yeah.
And they just go to Hogwarts, I guess.
Yeah, they go get on the train because, of course, he's already got all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Which is also in the book. He doesn't have, or he does. I guess he does have all of his stuff. But once the Weasleys get there, they do go off. He gets to go with them because he'll be safer in large numbers. I guess I don't know.
It's gonna harm you.
Not while I'm around.
The Weasleys.
Not while Ron's around. Yeah, because I'm sure Ron would
Ron will save it.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Harry.
Harry is a spider!
Oh no!
We're so mean. Oh man, Ron, my favorite character.
I don't hate Ron.
I don't hate him. It's just I don't know. A lot of times he's unnecessary.
He's a little much. Oh, we also need to talk about their horrible hair. This movie, it's not going to be the worst hair
it will
in the
not
movies,
be the worst
but
hair.
this is bad.
It's
They're all
pretty bad.
just like they all woke up and just woke up like this, and they all came down except Hermione.
Yeah, they all
her hair's the normal one, which is completely opposite from the books, probably.
Yeah,
because her hair is always crazy.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
everywhere.
Well, Harry's in the book. His is always kind of crazy too.
That's true. I guess that makes a little sense, and it also changes between each scene.
Yeah,
of what it is, each shot.
I was gonna say not even just each scene, but each shot. Because there's at one point where I was like, "Oh, Harry's hair doesn't look too bad right there," and the next shot he turns around. I'm like, "What happened?"
So I fell asleep.
I fell asleep
in between cuts.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It was weird. I was like, "What is with his hair right now? What is this?" So anyway, they get on the train. They're on the way to Hogwarts. I want to say cabin, but in their little thing. Whatever.
Yeah,
their little
I think
room.
it's cabin.
I guess so. So they're in there, and it's just the three of them and some
Lupin.
Random guy, and they're like, his name is Lupin. It says it on his suitcase.
And he's like, oh, he's asleep. We can totally talk about anything. Because he has his jacket pulled up around him. I guess that's whatever. He'll never wake up.
It's like, he's listening to everything you say, I'm sure.
So dumb.
It's like, he just pretended.
Yeah.
But the train stops at one point, and everything gets really cold, and then suddenly something opens the door, and it's this gross-looking
it's a
wraith
Dementors
thing. It's the Dementors. The worst thing about prison. So, it comes in, and everybody's like, oh no, Dementors, I'm scared.
I'm scared.
And then Harry's like, oh, I'm passing out.
Yeah.
And he
starts sucking on him.
he hears like this woman scream, and it's real weird. Especially considering that I'm pretty sure when his mother died, she did not scream his name.
Yeah.
Because you can't really... I'm not sure, but I don't think that screaming Harry is going to do anything if you're being a Vada Kedavra.
Harry, save me.
To your 1-year-old child.
Baby.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So, kind of dumb, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, I can't remember. That's probably in the books, though.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's been a while.
Doesn't make it less dumb.
No. So, of course... Lupin takes this moment to finally...
Took a sweet time.
To wake up and go, Expecto Patronum. Although he doesn't actually say it. He just does something that gets rid of them. But it's Expecto Patronum.
Yeah.
And then he's like, here, everybody, eat some chocolate. And that's basically his cure for everything.
Yeah.
Which made me go, dang it, now I want chocolate. Luckily, I had chocolate bars. So we had chocolate.
We survived another day.
So they get to the castle and walk in for their feast, the beginning of year feast or whatever. Mm-hmm. And suddenly there's a frog choir.
Oh my gosh, it's so stupid and pointless.
Yeah.
Like, why?
And also Flitwick is now 50 years younger. It's like, what happened there?
He had a great summer.
He did.
He went to Costa Rica, had a good time.
Tom the barman had a terrible summer, but Flitwick was living his best life.
Maybe Flitwick did some kind of Freaky Friday curse on him, and he gave him all his terrible looks, took his hotness, and now he's back, baby.
I wouldn't say that Tom the barman was hot to begin with.
He was gorgeous.
He was not.
He was a hunk stud.
But he looked different, that's for sure. But yeah, he's a lot younger, and it's weird.
Yeah.
Because like the first two movies, I loved Flitwick because it was like this little old looking guy with like long white hair and everything. And he's like, well done.
Yeah.
And he was so cute. And then I'm like, what is that?
Now he's weird.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Terrible haircut.
Mm-hmm. The haircut is awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, at least
Dumbledore looks exactly the same though.
Oh, at least Warwick Davis was still playing it.
That's
so
true.
That's all I care about is that Warwick Davis is
I like to see
still
him
out
get
there
work.
getting some work. Which he'll be in Willow will be coming out soon.
You really are great.
Willow. Yeah, Dumbledore looks exactly the same. No, he's played by a different actor now. Not that they had a choice.
Nope. Just the old one like, died.
Oof. So yeah, Richard Harris died after Chamber of Secrets, so they had to replace him. So now we've got Michael Gambon, who makes some choices in the next movie.
Oh, like, why'd you put your name below? Why'd you say Martha? Did you put your name in the fire?
It's like, okay.
I don't know. I think you just watched Harry in this movie, and it was just like,
maybe.
Maybe. Taking those choices.
So anyway, Dumbledore announces that there's a new Care of Magical Creatures teacher, and it is, or professor, and it is Hagrid. So Hagrid has now become a teacher, even though he never even finished school. But
it's a real rags to riches story.
Yeah, I guess
you gotta love it.
So that's happening, and of course we have the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, who is Lupin.
Yeah.
So Lupin is my favorite of the Defense Against the Dark Arts teachers. Yeah. He's the only one who actually does anything, it seems like.
He's a good character.
I mean, fourth year they do get somebody who teaches them stuff too, but...
Is that Moody?
Yeah.
Moody.
In quotations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So, but this is the first one that they get that is like, oh, wait, we're actually going to learn something?
Oh my gosh. I mean, when he's there.
I mean, I guess maybe Quirrell taught him some stuff, but
maybe.
I don't know. You never even see them in that class in the first year.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And he's just there with his turban. Yeah. Smelling like garlic. Okay, that's
doing
it.
His thing.
That's all you know. Yeah, so that's basically it. And of course, Malfoy is there to be like, Potter, I heard that you fainted on the train. Is that true? Like shut up, Malfoy.
Bro. Yeah.
Oh, you scared. Ooh, Potter's scared. Such a little jerk.
Yeah, Malfoy's pretty bad in this one.
Yeah, he gets injured though, and it's like,
yeah, not injured enough.
Oh boy. So they go up to the dormitory. The fat lady is a new fat lady also, because she was recast.
Wow.
Very annoying also.
Yeah. She's terrible.
I forget. Dawn French, I think, is who it is.
Oh, really? That sounds familiar.
So, yeah, she's kind of annoying, but whatever.
Just add more stuff in that's annoying. Like, oh, she's trying to break a glass with her voice for no reason.
Yeah.
And we have to sit and watch this while she screams.
Yeah. And then, of course, they walk in because she finally lets them in, and they're like, gosh, why is she always like this? And it's like, she wasn't like this before. This is a new thing. But sure, pretend that it's always been this way.
Yeah.
So they have a little moment also upstairs in their dormitory where they are eating.
Did we mention that the Dementors are watching the school?
No.
Since Sirius is there?
But yeah, Dementors are watching the school.
They can't come onto the grounds, but...
They're not supposed to come onto the grounds.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah, so they're in their room.
And they're eating, I guess, some kind of candy or something that is supposed to make you make different animal noises.
Except one of them, which makes you a steam engine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not in the books. And I would rather it weren't in the movie. But
it's awkward. It's bad.
It's so awkward.
It looks bad. And then they have a pillow fight.
And then they have a pillow fight at the end. Because
just
that's
boy stuff. Mm-hmm. Guys being dudes.
Just guys being dudes. Yeah, so fun.
Yeah.
We might skip around a lot. I don't know, because I don't have many notes.
I'm fine with that.
They have their first divination class where we get to meet Professor Trelawney for the first time. So here comes Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
Being
just going all in.
Being her great self.
Yeah.
I love Emma Thompson.
I think she does a good job.
I love her as Trelawney. She's perfect.
It's very, very on point.
Yeah. So, of course, she's like, oh, let's look at your tea leaves. Mm-hmm. Let's see what you have. Oh, this is going to be terrible. It's going to be a terrible year for you. Okay, and then she asks Ron what he sees in Harry's tea leaves, and he's like,
a cross.
There's a cross, but there's also, it looks like maybe, I think it was like the sun or something. So it's like, so you're going to suffer, but you're going to be happy about it.
You're going to love it.
And she's like, oh, let me see. And she looks at it and she like freaks out. She's like, it's the Grim. And so then, of course, we have this one student who's like, the Grim is a portent of death.
Represented by a dog.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, Oh, okay. So Harry's like, oh no, that black dog that was barking at me earlier in the movie, that may have been the Grim.
I think Ron's telling was correct.
Oh, yeah.
Because Harry does suffer.
Yes.
And I love it. I'm the son.
Well, I mean, he does suffer, but at the end, he ends up happy at the end of the movie.
That's true. At the end, yeah.
Like that last frame of the movie.
Last 1 second.
God, I hate it. Okay.
Oh, man. This is going to be so bad.
So, yeah, this is also where we start with Hermione just showing up in class and Ron going, how did she get here?
Oh,
she wasn't here before.
Oh, they do it so much. It's so annoying.
Yeah, it is.
What? Did you see her come in?
Where did she come from? She wasn't here before.
Ron, we're wizards. I don't care about this.
It's like, who knows? I don't care. Just leave me alone.
It's probably a spell or something. I don't care.
So that happens. They have their first Care of Magical Creatures class, of course, with Hagrid, and he introduces them to Buckbeak, the hippogriff.
Yep.
So
part bird, part hippo.
Part bird, part horse. Or part horse, part griffin, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Harry gets volunteered basically to be the first person to interact with it.
Because everybody else runs away, kind of.
Yeah, they all step back and Harry just happens to be like in front of everybody anyway. And so he doesn't realize that they've moved back and he's like, oh crap. So he has to bow to it and wait for it to bow back. And once it bows back, then it's okay for him to approach it. And then Hagrid's like, okay, everything's going well. Let's just jump right on his back and fly off. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he flies around. He has a nice little I'm the king of the world moment.
Yeah, very, very great.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
This guy who's flown before is enamored with flying.
Who flies on his broom.
Probably faster than he's going on there.
Yeah, probably.
Over the same landscapes.
But he is just having the time of his life.
Yeah. He's never done it on a hippogriff.
Nope.
Yeah. The threat of death is very exciting for him.
So he comes back and they're like, all right, everybody gets a chance. Draco immediately comes up. It does not bow, of course, because he thinks he's better than everybody else because he's Draco Malfoy. Yeah. So Buckbeak, of course, is like, get the hell away from me, and just like tramples on him.
Like Talon.
And so he falls over and he's like, I'm dying.
That was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. So Hagrid's like, well, crap. Okay, lesson over. Yeah. I gotta take this idiot over to the hospital wing now.
Yep.
So then they have their next lesson is Defense Against the Dark Arts with Lupin, and he is teaching them about boggarts. And boggarts are these things, nobody knows what they look like because they stay in like tight or like in dark places. So this one is in like a wardrobe.
And then when you see them, they take on your greatest fear.
Yes. So they decide that they're going to do a lesson with that, where they're going to face their greatest fears. And there's a counter curse kind of thing, or there's a charm or whatever, some kind of thing that they can use, some kind of spell they can use to turn it into something else. Yeah.
And they say ridiculous.
Ridiculous. That's the name of the spell.
Yeah.
And they shoot it with that, and then it turns into something, and they're like, laughter makes it.
Yeah. Hurts it or
whatever. I don't know. So Neville, of course, gets up there and he's like, what's your greatest fear? And he's like, Professor Snape. Yeah. Poor Neville. Yeah. I love Neville, and he just gets treated so wrong so much.
Yeah, he does.
So Neville's like, okay, Professor Snape, that's my greatest fear. And he's like, okay, you lived with your grandmother, right? And he's like, yeah, but I don't want it to turn into her either. Yeah. Poor Neville. Yeah. So he's Lupin's like, well, just imagine her clothes.
On Snape.
On Snape. So that's what happens. The boggart comes out, Snape is there, and Alan Rickman is just doing his thing, and we're like, yes, Alan Rickman.
He's going for it.
And then he does a ridiculous, and there he is doing his thing, but in a dress.
Clothes, yep.
with a big hat with like a vulture on it or whatever, and a big
Yeah.
handbag and everything. And so everybody starts laughing. And it's like, all right, next person, come on up. And then somebody is like a big snake and turns it into a freaking clown Jack-in-the-Box.
Yeah, and it just goes back and forth.
No, that's not.
It's terrifying.
Funny
It's even
at
worse.
all. Oh, also, I forgot. It wasn't that. It was Ron next, I think.
Oh,
because Ron was the spider, and it puts
roller skates
on it, which is also terrifying.
Yeah, I don't want wheeled spiders coming after me. It's just gonna make them faster.
But anyway, Harry gets up there, and his turns into a Dementor.
Yeah.
And Lupin jumps in front of him, and it turns into a full moon? What? Why would it turn into a full moon? That's weird.
Yeah.
Why is he scared of the moon? So anyway, but he hits it with the spell, and it turns into a balloon, and it floats back into the wardrobe, and he closes the door, and they're like, okay, lesson over.
So Lupin says later that he thought it was going to turn into Voldemort. Mm-hmm. How would Harry know what Voldemort looks like? I guess he maybe saw him when he was like 1, but...
I mean, he saw him on, like, the back of...
Oh, I guess
Quirrell's
so.
head?
What if that just came out, just that weird face on the back of Quirrell's head?
Or what if it was, like, Quirrell and Voldemort together, and it was just like, ooh.
Like, I could have seen that, yeah. But I was just thinking about that, like,
I mean,
what would he have pictured?
Because, I mean, he saw Tom Riddle, but Tom Riddle doesn't look anything like Voldemort at this point.
He's hot as heck.
Tom Riddle can get it.
I don't remember what Tom Riddle
Oh, no, he was very good looking.
Was he?
But Voldemort cannot get it. No, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I don't know what it would have been.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, he doesn't know. He hasn't met Voldemort, yet. Other than when he was 1. And he doesn't remember that.
What if it just came out as whenever he spelled out his name, I am Voldemort?
It was just that floating toward him. Menacingly.
Spooky!
Ooh, how do you like these letters?
Coming for you.
Yes. I don't know. So, that's the end of that lesson.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, great. Nobody else gets to do it because Harry messed everything up.
Yeah. And Lupin knew it was going to go wrong. Why didn't he put him at the end of the line?
Well, in the book, he doesn't even let Harry do it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because there are like 2 people who don't get to go, Harry and Hermione.
Yeah.
Because Hermione never finds out what her boggart would be. Although everybody makes fun of her and is like, oh, it's probably like a test with a B that she got like a B on or something.
That's probably true.
Probably. Or, it's McGonagall telling her she failed all of her classes.
Yeah.
So, that's that one. Then there's the first Hogsmeade weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And Harry can't go.
Yeah, because once you're, like, in 3rd year and above, you can go to Hogsmeade. They have certain weekends that they let them go. And you have to have a permission slip signed, though. And, of course, Harry doesn't have his signed because... The Dursleys they're not gonna let him do it,
Yeah. And he did leave in a huff, so.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't even really get a chance to.
Yeah, so he's like, McGonagall, can you, like, sign it? Because
be cool,
you're
bro.
Basically, like, my guardian anyway. Yeah. She's like, nope, sorry. It's against the rules.
Yep.
You can't go. No. No Hogsmeade for you. So, yeah, he doesn't get to go. And he watches as Hermione and Ron walk off together by themselves. And instead of going to Hogsmeade, he gets to hang out with Lupin.
Yeah, on the bridge.
On the bridge. And they talk about his parents because apparently Lupin knew his parents.
Wow.
And he's like, you look like your dad, but you have your mother's eyes.
Yeah, they say that so much.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of hearing about that.
Yeah, and the best part about it is that Lily, his mother, is supposed to have, like, green eyes.
Yeah.
But Harry has blue eyes. Because they tried to give him green eyes the first movie, and he doesn't do well with contacts. I don't know what happens.
Well, couldn't they just CGI
They
that?
could,
Like,
but then they would have to do it for every single shot that he's in, and I guess it would be
just take
annoying.
on that stupid bad wolf.
I don't know. So anyway, they were like, he has his mother's eyes, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What's great is, like, in the last movie, it shows a scene with his mother, but it's like little girl version of his mom who has brown eyes, Or hazel eyes or something.
That's who they should have done the CGI on. Just make her have blue eyes.
Yeah. Why didn't they do that?
Change that.
Just change it so it would...
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
But...
Maybe it's just the shape of his eyes.
Maybe. But
you have
also...
such round eyes, like your mother.
But also, there's this meme that someone did where they took a picture of the little girl playing young Lily and a picture of young Harry, and in each, like, it's just like one little screenshot where both of them are doing like this, where like one eye's like half open, and they happen to be doing the exact same look, and so they're like, you have your mother's eyes.
That's great.
That's peak right there. Peak meme.
That's what memes are for.
Exactly.
Right,
I love it.
Oh, they also spend their CGI budget on killing birds.
Oh, yeah.
When they just have a bird fly around and then get killed by the
Whomping Willow
for just to, like, hey, it's here, guys.
Yeah, because we didn't talk about that, but
they do it twice. Like, stop killing these birds for no reason.
They transition through the seasons by showing the Whomping Willow.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time, it's well, actually, I think it's the first, like, it's like right when they get there, basically. And this is the first one that's the bird, and the bird is like flying through all of the new places that we have all around Hogwarts. So it like flies through the bridge. It's like, oh, look at this, we got this bridge now.
Yep.
And it flies like around Hagrid's hut or whatever, which I think maybe can change a little bit. I don't really know.
No, I don't remember.
And then it's like, and then I'm going to fly right here into the Whomping Willow and get killed. Dead. And then when it goes to fall, it's like you see one little leaf fall to the ground, and then it shakes and all of its leaves fall off. And it's like, okay. Could have done without that. You could just...
No need for this. We get it. We know how time works, guys.
Yeah.
And then in the snow part, that's not really the Whomping Willow.
Yeah, I think it's like Hedwig or something flying or something. I don't know. But then when it goes back to summer, there's another bird that gets killed. It's like, why?
So stupid.
Why are you doing this?
I don't know. I did not like that part.
So, yeah, that could have been taken out and I would have been fine. Yep. So, after Hogsmeade, they're all coming back and they're like, oh, it was so cool. There's like Zonko's joke shop and there's Honeyduke's where you can buy all this candy and it's...
I feel like they should have done the candy thing after that. Because they just went to Hogsmeade, got this candy, it makes you roar and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't.
They put it at the beginning. Reason. I guess they got the candy on the train or something.
Probably.
Because, they have the trolley witch.
Well, unless Harry buys it all.
Yeah, unless he's a jerk and he's like, we'll take the lot. It's like, Harry, other people wanted candy. You jerk. I swear. He's such a jerk in this movie too, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially like the next Hogsmeade weekend.
Yeah.
He just goes all out and he's just the biggest jerk in the world.
It's great.
It is. I love it. It's really funny. So yeah, they get back, they go up to the dorm and they realize that pretty sure this is when
the fat
lady is attacked. Yeah. So she's been attacked. There are like slashes all in her painting. She's in a different painting somewhere, hiding like behind a rhino or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's because Sirius Black got into the castle. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot more of this in the book than in the thing, because at one point he shows up, he actually is in the dormitory, like standing over Ron with a knife. But that's not in this.
Why does he do that? Oh, because it's scabbers. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Spoilers! So he got into the castle and slashed up the fat lady because he couldn't get in.
He's such a jerk.
He is. He's such a bad guy, But anyway, then we have like we have a Quidditch match that takes place in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Yeah, so
why?
People get struck by lightning. Straight up.
Like, yes, they do.
This school's to be closed down.
You literally see someone get struck by lightning.
Yes. This school is awful.
Because one of them, their broom gets struck and it catches on fire or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, first of all, that should be the end of the thing.
Yeah, call the game.
Call the game. You don't see people playing football in the middle of a thunderstorm?
Nope. If it even rains.
They're usually like delay.
Sorry.
We gotta delay the game, sorry.
Yep.
You don't see people like out in, okay, there's like an amphitheater. If it's raining, if it's like thunderstorms, no, sorry, you can't be out there.
Nope.
You gotta wait till it's done or reschedule.
Yeah. There's some fun like baseball clips where they're like getting ready to pitch or something, and there's this huge thunderclap, and everybody just runs away.
Like, nope.
Like, not today.
But apparently with Quidditch, it's cool. I don't know.
It's children. We can kill them. Who
Yeah,
cares?
right? Exactly. It's so stupid.
It's bad.
So yeah, it's middle of a thunderstorm. There's thunder and lightning all over. It's
very
raining. Yeah, exactly. Mamma mia. And during this match, Harry just like keeps going higher and higher, trying to get that snitch.
Yeah.
The other kid, who is supposed to be Cedric Diggory, gets hit by lightning.
Yeah, well, it hits a snitch, and then it kind of just goes to him.
I guess. Yeah. Anyway, so he gets hit by lightning. He's down. It's like, okay, well, that should definitely stop the game.
Yeah.
No,
not gonna happen.
And then Harry's still going after it. And then there's also this stupid umbrella that's just like flying around.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know why.
It was so pointless.
No, it's not pointless. It's because he sees it and he's like, "Oh, it's a black umbrella." And the next time he sees something black, he thinks it's that umbrella again, but it's not. It's a Dementor.
Still, it doesn't matter.
It's stupid.
Yeah, I don't care that he thinks he saw something. It's a Dementor.
Yeah, so he gets attacked by Dementors, basically. And he falls, like, 100 feet or whatever. Yeah. And Dumbledore stops him from, like, smashing into the ground.
Yeah, waits till right before he's about to step mash.
So he's in the hospital wing. You can see, like, in the corner, there's another kid in there, too, because, like, that's obviously Cedric Diggory, who got hit by lightning.
Or the other kid whose broom got struck.
Right, exactly. It's like, come on. All of his friends are there, and they're like, "Oh, good, Harry, you're awake. Sorry, your broom's dead."
Yeah, it's destroyed completely.
It destroyed it, sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, see ya.
Yeah. So...
Good thing we don't have another match for like a couple weeks, apparently.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because in the book, for Christmas, he gets the firebolt. He gets a new broom. Somebody sends him a new broom, but they don't know who sent it.
Right.
So they're like, "Oh, I bet it was Sirius Black. It's probably cursed." So Hermione turns it into McGonagall. Yeah. And then they don't talk to Hermione because... She betrayed them, basically.
Ruined everything.
It's like, okay, well, get out there on this broom and kill yourself, you know?
Please.
Oh my gosh. And it turns out that there's nothing wrong with it, so then they're like, "Oh, see, we told you." It's like, okay, but yeah, it could have been cursed.
Yeah, she was being smart.
Exactly.
But in this, no.
But no, in this, he doesn't get the firebolt until the very end.
Yeah. Like 3 seasons later.
Yeah. So it's the next Hogsmeade weekend, which means Hermione and Ron leave. Mm-hmm. And Harry's like, I'm gonna be sneaky. I'm gonna wear my invisibility cloak and I'm gonna walk out in the snow and leave tracks.
Yeah.
And Fred and George notice that there are these footsteps, and they're like, "That's got to be Harry."
Yeah.
So they pull him back, and they're like, "Look, bro, if you're gonna do this, do it right."
Yeah.
So they give him the Marauders map, and
so they stole from Flitwick.
No, from Filch.
Filch.
Yes,
Filchwick.
Yeah, they stole it from Filch's office. And they've been using it since they were freshmen, basically, since they were in first years. And it shows you where every person is on the grounds, basically. Right. So they're like, "Yeah, see, there's Dumbledore. He's just pacing around in his office." He does it a lot. Yeah. So you can see everywhere everyone is, and there are secret passages in and out of the castle. So they're like, "Go to this one. It's going to take you to Honeydukes. You can go to Hogsmeade, and then no one will know."
Yeah.
So that's what he does. And there's like a little spell that you use to get it to work, which you say, "I solemnly swear that I am up to no good." And that makes it work. And then when you're done with it, you say "mischief managed," and then it goes away so nobody can tell what's going on. Yep. So there's that. Yeah. So he uses it to get to Honeydukes, and he also has his invisibility cloak, of course. Yep. And so he puts it. He's got it on when he gets there. Goes upstairs because he's like, it comes out in the storeroom or whatever. He goes upstairs. He's like, there's all these people with candy, and it's like, oh wow, cool. He could just like easily snatch something from one of the bins and like hide it under his invisibility cloak and eat it or whatever. But what does he do? He goes to Neville and steals his sucker.
Yeah, like dude, why?
Like. Neville's like mid-lick of this sucker, and then suddenly it gets wrenched out of his hand and it just floats away out the door.
This is why I hate Harry Potter. He's such a jerk, man. He's the worst.
He is the biggest jerk in this section right here.
Sucks.
Oh my god. It's so funny, though. Because it's like, Harry, Neville is your friend. What are you doing? He was his friend!
But he also just, he sucks at stealth. He's leaving tracks. He's running into people. He's stealing suckers that are just like going to be floating around for everyone to see.
Yeah.
And then put it under the cape, but still.
So yeah, he walks over and finds Ron and Hermione. They're hanging out, looking at the Shrieking Shack and talking about how it's like the most haunted place in Great Britain or whatever.
Yeah.
And while they're there, Malfoy and his two goons, one of which is Crabbe and the other is not Goyle, but it does not say who it is. And it's like, obviously Goyle just could not make it to the shoot or something.
He was busy.
Which later is going to be Crabbe that can't make it because he was arrested. But but for now, we have we have that duo.
Yeah.
And so he's just being a complete jerk about, oh, Weasley, I bet you wish that you could live in a big house like that because, you're poor. Yeah. You're so poor. Yeah. Oh, my God. Mm-hmm. And then they get hit by some snowballs that come out of nowhere because, of course, it's Harry. And then he assaults somebody by pulling their pants down. Yeah. I can't remember what all he does. But
dragging Malfoy around.
Yeah. And then
pulling down hats.
And then they all run away.
Yeah.
And so Ron and Hermione are like, oh, Harry, you're so funny.
I don't know. Ron's still freaking out.
Ron was kind of freaked out, yeah.
Like, he doesn't... I don't know why he doesn't
because he doesn't realize that it was Harry invisible the whole time, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, Ron, you know how the invisibility cloak works, but sure, just still freak out. It was totally Harry the whole time. I don't know what you're doing.
Harry and Hermione do really fake laughs.
Oh. So, yeah. Then they go back into town.
But to be fair, Hermione is much better at acting in this movie than she was like in the first movie.
Yeah,
she's not mouth acting anymore.
She has improved so much.
Harry.
Harry. Oh my gosh. I was trying to think of something that she says in the first movie, but I can't think of anything.
Wingardium Leviosa.
She's like, before... What does she say? Something about, what is it? Before you get us killed, or worse, expelled. And it's just like, the mouth movements
so
are
much
just...
mouth.
It's like, wow, okay. Yeah. Instead, she's starting to do her eyebrow acting.
Yeah, that's true.
She's turned it from mouth acting to eyebrow acting, which, honestly...
Just keeps moving up.
It's a little better.
It is better, yeah.
Nothing against Emma Watson, I love her, but... Yeah.
We all have to learn somewhere.
So they go back into town and they notice that Fudge is there and he's with McGonagall.
Yeah. McGonagall was weird in this movie.
Right?
She's kind of a jerk in this one. I don't know why.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And they're at the Three Broomsticks. And they go upstairs and Harry's like, I'm going to follow them. Yeah. So he puts on his cloak and he gets to go inside, but the others...
into people.
The kids... Yeah, he runs into people and everything. They're like, what the heck?
More shrunken heads here that are racist.
Because the shrunken heads are like, no kids in the pool, in the bar, in the pub, whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're like, fine, we won't go in. So he follows them up to a room, and he's still got his invisibility cloak, but he's like...
Yeah, he's breathing so hard. Opening doors. People are just like, oh, that door opened.
That door.
Let me just close it.
Must have been the wind.
Yeah.
It's like, is this Skyrim? Because...
So bad. And like Fudge is right next to him getting a drink.
And he's like
breathing so hard.
And Fudge is like, what does that sound?
You hear that?
It sounds like somebody's breathing really.
This is ridiculous. Is anybody invisible in here?
Where's this invisible breathing person? Because I hear you. Where are you?
We're wizards. We understand this happened.
And then he holds his breath and he's like, must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind, yep. Must have imagined it.
Oh man. So he listens in on their conversation. Of course, they just conveniently happen to be talking about Harry and about Sirius Black and the connection and how Sirius is coming for Harry because he's a bad guy and he was the one who betrayed James and Lily Potter to Voldemort. And
killed
that's
Peter Pettigrew.
And all they found was his finger. And so it's like, oh, he's a bad guy.
Duh.
And so Harry, he runs out and he runs into invisible stuff.
He runs over
a whole choir. are.
of people, of carolers.
They're just like out there singing
just
Christmas
pulls them
carols.
all over.
And just like a bowling ball, just pins just everywhere.
He could have gone right around him. But no,
yeah.
He's Harry Potter.
So
he's the worst.
And he's invisible the whole time, too, so they don't see it coming.
Yeah.
They can't, like, step aside.
That's right.
It's just, they're just hit by
brace
it.
themselves.
Like, they can't see what hit them.
Yeah.
So,
I hate Harry Potter.
anyway, so Ron and Hermione run after him.
Yeah.
And they find him. He's crying. And then
Gives
they're like,
the speech of his life.
they're like, what happened? They were talking, and also, he finds out that Sirius Black is his godfather.
Right.
That's another point. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, he betrayed them.
He was their friend.
He was their friend. Peak line right there.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it so
what
much.
a choice.
It's great.
What a choice.
So, they're like, oh, well, that's sad, I guess.
You should have won the Nobel Prize for that.
The Nobel Prize. Oh, God. we did not go into specifics. But yeah, in Morbius, like the very, like, toward the beginning of the movie, his, like, assistant friend, other doctor or whatever, says something about the Nobel Prize.
How he turned down the Nobel Prize.
The Nobel Prize. I'm like, it's the Nobel Prize?
Like, it's so stupid.
You couldn't do another take of that?
Yeah.
You couldn't ADR Nobel instead of Noble?
Mm-hmm. You turned down the Nobel Prize. No, damn it, we messed it up again.
No, it's supposed to be Nobel.
It's up the Nobel Prize.
It's like it doesn't match up with her lips.
It's good enough.
Whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that movie was dumb. Anyway, back to Harry Potter.
So, Harry spends some time with Lupin learning the Patronus charm because Lupin has another boggart and he's gonna release it so that it will turn into a Dementor so that he can practice getting rid of Dementors, basically.
Yeah.
Because they don't want the same thing that happened during like the Quidditch match to happen again.
Right. I feel like all the kids should be getting this lesson.
Yeah, you would think so.
Just Harry.
But just Harry. Harry's all that matters anyway.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. Who else matters?
No one else. So he does pretty well. He is able to summon it. It takes him a couple of tries, but good job, Harry.
You did it.
Then we find out that Scabbers is missing, and Ron is kind of mad at Hermione because, of course, he thinks Crookshanks is the one who
just
ate him.
Yeah.
And but they don't really go into it that much, and he doesn't really seem to be that worked up about it. He's
just a little peeved.
Well, Scabbers is dead, I guess.
Yeah, thanks,
Hermione. Thanks, Hermione. Let's go do whatever.
He's probably soothed by that guy playing the flute in the courtyard.
I guess so, because, there's just a random guy playing a flute. It's like, I mean, when you got a flute, I guess.
I was thinking about this, though, and I was thinking about when I first joined band, like in 5th or 6th grade or something like that. And we just got our instruments. We just got our instruments. I didn't play the flute. I played the trumpet.
You were just trumpeting all over the place.
But a bunch of my friends came by, and we just sat in the front yard just playing our instruments. We didn't know how to play, really.
Yeah.
So we were just tooting on them, like, just because we were so enamored with it. So I get it. Okay. I get it.
Oh, boy. So they go down to see Hagrid, who is all dressed up because he's been to court, I guess.
Yeah. And dressed up's a strong word. He looks ridiculous.
Yeah, he does. He's wearing this, like, hairy jacket, this, like, hairy coat, and a tie that looks like it's
a clown tie.
A clown tie that made of felt. Mm-hmm. It looks like something that I would make if I were just, like, trying to make something really bad.
I need a ridiculous tie.
I need a ridiculous tie for some costume.
Yeah.
Let me just try to hand sew.
It looks like those
circles.
The overly frosted sugar cookies they sell at grocery stores.
Okay.
It looks like that design where it's just really bright colors with zigzags and dots all over it.
Yeah, I can see that. So he's like, well, I thought it was going fine until Lucius Malfoy showed up, and now Buckbeak's sentenced to death. So it's like, oh no. We don't really care about Buckbeak. I'm sorry.
I don't
We haven't really spent any time with him other than that time that Harry was, like, flying around.
I mean, I appreciate that he slashed up Draco, but other than that.
And I mean, Buckbeak is pretty cute, I think.
Sure.
But, yeah, we haven't really spent that much time with him.
Yeah.
We do get to spend time with him later, but whatever. So Harry is wandering around at night, because I guess that's just what he does.
Yep.
Or actually, he's not wandering around at first. He's sitting in bed. Everybody else is asleep. He's sitting in bed. He's looking at the map.
Yeah.
And Ron wakes up because he's just had a dream about spiders.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you tell those spiders. And he goes back to
Got
sleep.
him, bro.
And Harry is looking at the map, and he notices there's a name on there that shouldn't be there. It's Peter Pettigrew. Peter Pettigrew! He's there! So he's like, well, I gotta go investigate, because that's what I do.
Yep.
So he's like wandering around the hallways in the complete dark. Well,
no, he's not. He's got his Lumos going.
He's got his Lumos going,
it's
but everything else
pictures mad.
Everything else is completely dark.
Yeah.
It's like, do they not have any kind of lights?
Torches, nothing. They have thousands of candles in the opening ceremony room, even though they have fire torches on the side. They're like, we gotta make this a fire hazard. It's gotta be so hot in that hall. Just all this fire everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's walking around, he sees Peter Pettigrew is there. He's coming
right
around
for him.
He's on his way. And then suddenly he passed by him, and he didn't see him.
Yeah, like, how did he not see him? Like, I get that he's little.
Yes.
But
that makes it sound like Peter Pettigrew is just like a little
baby guy.
little guy just walking around.
But still, like,
no, he's a rat.
You notice like something on the floor if you're walking. Like if a rat was coming toward me, I'd be like, the heck?
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Because he's dumb.
Yeah.
And maybe, is this when he got yelled at by the painting? Maybe that distracted him.
Well, I mean, he got yelled at before he saw that.
I was trying to give him an out, but
yeah,
I just don't
no,
think he
you
has
can't.
one.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't give him that out. No,
he doesn't deserve it.
So he's like, well, I don't know where it went.
I can't go backwards.
And then he looks and he sees that Snape is coming, so he closes the map.
Yeah, and does a little spell to turn it off.
Yep, and he turns off his wand. Knocks, but yeah. So he turns off his wand, and then here comes Snape, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
And Snape is in the dark. He is wandering in the dark.
Wandering
has
off.
no light.
Snape, what are you doing?
Everybody does this apparently. Lupin does it too. I kind of understand why Lupin might be able to do that, but not Snape.
But yeah, it's weird.
And they tell Harry to turn off his light too, so he's gonna wander in the dark. Wizards are weird, man.
They are. So yeah, here comes Snape, and he's like, "What's that piece of?" No, he's like, "Turn out your pockets."
Yeah.
And so he gives him the map, and he's like, "What's this? A spare piece of parchment."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Reveal yourself."
Y'all secrets.
Yeah. And so it's like, it says some like insult to Snape.
Yeah.
To keep his big nose out of everybody's business or whatever.
Yeah.
And Lupin, of course, comes in, and he's like,
"Hey guys,
what's going on?" Just walked up in the dark, as one does.
You know how I do.
Just patrolling the hallways in the dark. It's fine. So what's going on?
And look at this parchment.
Yeah, he's like,
investigate it.
He's like, it's obviously cursed. And he's like, it's obviously a joke. But
yeah.
Okay, bro. So he's like, but I'll take it. I'll look at it. And he's like, and I'm also going to take Harry. Yeah. Harry, come on.
Come on, Harry.
So he takes him away. The portraits, of course, scream at Snape to turn his wand off, so he does, and he just walks off in the dark.
So weird.
So Lupin takes him to his office, and he's like, okay, you have this map of the school, and you didn't think to turn it in?
Yeah.
This is an easy way for Sirius Black to get into the place, into the thing,
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I guess I just didn't think of that. He
actually gets him in trouble. Like, I was surprised by that.
Yeah, he's like,
usually everybody coddles Harry.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm keeping it, and
you're an idiot.
And he's like, and I'm not bailing you out again, so don't do it.
Last time.
Exactly. So it's like,
nice.
See,
Lupin
is cool. I love Lupin. Lupin is probably my favorite character other than Hermione.
Yeah, I think I like Lupin the best.
So, yeah, I like him a lot. So, he no longer has the map.
Yep.
Well, crap.
And he mentions that he saw Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah, he's like,
Lupin's like, bro, that's ridiculous.
Because he's like, it's broken anyway, because it showed like a name of somebody who I know is dead, so there's something wrong with it. And he's like, what name? And he's like, Peter Pettigrew. And Lupin's like,
What?
Okay. So, yeah, that's all of that part.
Yep.
Back in the divination class, they're learning about crystal balls.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hermione sucks at it.
Hermione, she's like, I saw the Grim. Yeah. And Trelawney's like, yeah, you can't fool me.
You're terrible at this.
You're bad at this. I knew it as soon as you came in. And Hermione's like, well, you know what?
I'm out. Screw your ball. I'm out of here.
Deuces. And so she just pieces out.
Yep.
And the ball is just like rolling down.
The ball's like, I'm out too.
I'm out too.
How dare you talk about my girl like that? She's gone.
Exactly. So as they're leaving the class, Harry notices the ball sitting on the staircase. So he grabs it. He's like, I'm going to go take this back. And Ron's like, I'm not going. So he's like...
What? That was so, like, unnecessarily, like... Bro, I'm not going. Why?
He's like, I guess I'll go by
Ron, I didn't even ask you to. I said, I'm going to take it back.
He's like, I guess I'll go by myself then.
Jeez, why are we fighting about this?
But it's so that when Harry gets in there, he can hear Trelawney's prediction because she starts talking in weird voices and stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if she was like channeling Sirius, but that doesn't make sense that he would be saying that stuff.
No, she's just that's just what happens when she has a prediction.
Yeah.
So, of course, Harry hears it, and it's something about, the Dark Lord's servant will return tonight or whatever.
Blood will be spilled and something, I don't know.
And blah, 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 it's all bad stuff. So, Harry and
the Hendersons,
Hermione and Ron all meet up because it is time for Buckbeak's execution, and they want to go down and talk
front row seat.
They want to go down and talk to Hagrid because they know that he's probably upset.
Yep.
So they start heading out there. They see Malfoy and his two friends.
Goose.
Crabbe is still there. Goyle is still missing.
Crabbe and Doyle.
Yeah, it's Doyle. I don't know who it's supposed to be. That's the thing. Because it's like, who else is in there? Maybe it's supposed to be Theodore Nott. I don't know. Because I'm like, I know that he's around that. He's a Slytherin, so maybe that's who it's supposed to be.
Who knows?
I don't know. We don't know. They don't say his name.
Yeah.
As far as I know. So they're like, we got front row seats to watch this execution. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And
Hermione loses her mind.
Hermione... Yeah, she goes after him with her wand at first, and he's just whimpering.
Yeah, he goes real sniveling real fast. It's weird.
I mean, it's Malfoy.
It's a little much though.
But Ron or Harry, I can't remember which one of them, is like, he's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
And so she's like, fine. So she puts her wand away, and she's about to back off, and then he says something, and she's like, she just punches him
right in the face.
Yeah, and then he runs off.
Nice. Yeah, good for her.
Yeah. In the book, she slaps him, but... I
like the punch.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So she punches him, and they run away.
Yep.
Like the little sissies they are. So, yeah, they run off.
Yeah.
And they head down to see Hagrid. He doesn't seem as sad as I thought he would be, but whatever. He's
like, I can't let him go because they'll know it's me. Know. And then Dumbledore will get in trouble. And
you're going to get in trouble. So, yeah, they sit there, and it's like, well, we'll just sit here and drink tea until they come down. And Hagrid's like, oh, yeah, Ron, I forgot to tell you, I found Scabbers. So he gives him Scabbers. So Hermione's like, I think you owe someone an apology. And he's like, okay, fine, I'll apologize to Crookshanks when I see him. And she's like, you jerk. I was talking about me. But me? Okay. Yeah. So then suddenly a rock flies in and it hits a vase or whatever. And they're like, whoa, what was that?
Well, somebody's ashes? I don't know what it was.
It looked like cornmeal or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. And then another one hits Harry on the back of the head.
Yeah.
And he turns around.
And everyone cheered.
And he turns around and he sees that everybody is coming down for the execution. So they've got to go because they can't be seen there.
Yep.
Because they're not supposed to be outside of the castle. So they head out the back door as they're coming in the front, basically.
Behind the ridiculous amount of pumpkins.
There are so many pumpkins.
I don't know why. And crows.
Why are there so many pumpkins? This is supposed to be in June.
I don't know.
I thought pumpkins were
They're a winter.
I thought pumpkins were a fall kind of thing.
Yeah, fall and winter. Yeah.
Apparently
They've been preserving them.
I guess they're early summer also. I don't know. So they go out. They hear something snap in the woods behind them too, like a stick or something. Yeah. And they turn around. They don't see anything. Hermione's like, I thought I saw something, but guess not.
What ifs?
So then they're like, well, we gotta go. So they head back up. They get up there and they see the executioner. Mm-hmm. And they see his axe. I guess they don't see the axe fall, but they see...
He just holds it up, and then it falls.
And it falls, and the crows fly off.
Like, oh, no.
And they're like, oh, no.
Our beloved Buckbeak.
Buckbeak is dead.
We've known him for a week now.
So there goes Buckbeak. Oh, no.
We lost him.
And they're like, well...
Rip in peace, bro.
Well, I guess that's that. Mm-hmm. And then Scabbers bites Ron on the finger, and he runs off, and Ron chases after him. He goes and grabs him. Yeah. And then he looks, and behind behind Harry and Hermione, there's the black dog. And he's like, it's the Grim! And it jumps over them.
Yeah. Goes after Ron.
Which is amazing that this dog can jump over these two, 13-year-olds. But
I mean, I've seen dogs jump over fences, like 7
that dog
foot
doesn't look
fences.
that big, though.
I mean, it doesn't look real.
Well, that's true, too.
To be fair.
So it jumps over him. It goes after Ron. It grabs him by the leg and pulls him through the Whomping Willow, because there's a hole in the Whomping Willow. Mm-hmm. And Harry and Hermione are like, well, I guess we got to figure out a way to get through there. Yeah. They forget that the Whomping Willow whomps people, apparently.
So it just starts whomping.
Yeah, so they get beat up a lot and then just somehow slide through the hole.
Yeah, Hermione does a perfect throw of Harry through the hole, and somehow, even though she's going by, she's able to jump in herself. Amazing work by Hermione.
Yes.
She has MVP. A real athletic career ahead of her.
I mean, she did pretty well throwing stuff, which we'll find later.
And punches, yeah.
And punches, yeah. So there we go.
She's a beast.
So they go through the Whomping Willow, and they're like, I wonder where this goes. And Harry's like, I think I know. It comes out at the Shrieking Shack, which has had one mention in the whole movie, but whatever. Yeah. So they get there. Ron is there, of course, and he's cowering in the corner holding Scabbers, and he's like, it's him! He was a dog the whole time. He's an animagus. And it's Sirius Black. Yeah. He's there.
Looking rough.
I have no more notes. Yeah. So he's looking real bad. He's looking real bad. Yeah. But, I mean, he's nasty teeth. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has real bad teeth.
I think he's got tattoos and stuff all over. Not that tattoos are bad, but Yeah.
Automatic bad guy.
I did not mean to. But I mean, he's looking like he's been
our stance on tattoos, guys. We didn't want to say it, but...
He's looking like he's been in prison for 12 years.
Yeah. Now. He's got the teardrops.
Oh my gosh. So, I did not mean for it to sound like that. I don't care if you want tattoos, that's fine.
Nope, let's hold firm on this.
I don't want them.
We're staunchly anti-tattoo here.
But if you want tattoos, that's cool with me. Not my body, not my choice.
There you go. I just love the idea of just accidentally going hard against somebody else that we don't care about.
Right? Oh my gosh. So he's like, I'm gonna kill somebody. Yeah. And they're like, no, don't kill us. I don't remember.
Lupin shows up.
Lupin shows up, exactly.
He's like, what up's here?
Lupin shows up.
My
and he's
dog. And they high five.
And he's like, hey, Sirius, good to see you again. And they're like, what? They were friends?
Lovers.
Or lovers?
They have kind of a lovery vibe.
There's so much fanfiction.
Oh, yes, of course.
I mean, they have a whole section of fanfiction that's just Wolf Star is what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're very close friends. Oh my god, they were roommates.
Oh my gosh, they were roommates.
Actually, I think they are in the 5th book.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So but
anyway.
Aren't the rooms 6 people in there or something? Isn't a lot of kids in there? There's a circle of beds.
Oh, in the dormitories?
Yeah. Isn't there?
Yeah. That's not what I wasn't talking about.
Oh.
I was talking about when they're in number 12 Grimmauld Place.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I thought you were talking about when they were kids.
No.
Okay.
They were roommates when they were kids, though.
Roommates.
But also so was James and
They never
and
stopped
Peter
being
and maybe more people. I don't know.
Everybody's throwing around Expelliarmus spells.
Oh, yeah. So, of course.
Everybody's getting de-armed.
So they're like, oh no, Lupin was helping him the whole time.
He's a bad guy.
And Hermione's like, I should have known not to trust you. You're a werewolf. So it's like, okay, so he's a werewolf.
Yeah.
So
Like,
now we know
knew that's where you were the whole time.
And
Whenever
he's
you were
like-
gone all the time.
Because he's like, how did you figure it out? And she's like, I figured it out the first time that Snape made us do a lesson on werewolves.
Presentation on werewolves.
It's like, oh yeah, I mean that would clue you in, you know?
Yeah.
So he's like, they always did say you were the cleverest witch of your age. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I think pretty much anybody could have figured that out, but
Yeah, I mean,
how is
look at
Hermione the
other-
only one?
Yeah, yeah. I
It's
mean,
like all the signs.
they really go hard on overselling these kids as the greatest things in the world.
Except for Ron.
Except Ron. Well,
Poor Ron.
I mean, he's not great.
Which comes back to in like the 7th book where he's just like, I'm the worst. Everybody hates me. I guess I'll just go.
Yeah, I'll eat worms. But Sirius is like, no, I'm not a killer. But there is a killer, and he's in this room.
Yeah.
And it's Peter Pettigrew.
Oh, well, actually, first Snape shows up.
Oh, yeah, Snape shows.
Because, yeah, Lupin they're doing all that stuff, and then here comes Snape just, like, creeping in.
Yeah.
And he Expelliarmus them.
Of course. Yeah.
And they're like, because he's like, I'm going to tell, because as he's walking in, they're like, we'll tell you the real story.
Yeah, because Harry gets them at one point because he Expelliarmus somebody, and then... Yeah.
And so he's like, okay. Snape comes in. He's like, finally I can kill you. I've waited for years. I hate Sirius Black. It's going to be great. And Harry's like, no, I don't think so. Expelliarmus.
Harry creepy gets Hermione's wand out of her.
Yeah. And blasts
pants.
Snape into, like, the bed. It's like, how did this even happen?
Heck? What spell was that?
Because it was Expelliarmus.
Yeah.
Why did that happen?
Yeah.
But he just, and Hermione's like, oh my god, you just, like, assaulted a teacher.
Snape. Yeah.
What?
You're in trouble, bro.
You're in so much trouble.
Snape's gonna be so mad.
But then she's probably like, oh, wait a minute, you did that with my wand. Oh, that could come back and hurt me.
Yeah.
So yeah, Snape's out. Then Harry's like, okay, tell me the truth. Tell me what happened. And so that's when So that's when he says I'm not the murderer, but the murderer is here. It's Peter Pettigrew. And Ron's like, what? I'm not Peter Pettigrew. And they're like, your rat is Peter Pettigrew. And Ron's like, no, not Scabbers. Let me just Indian burn Scabbers.
He's an Indian kills him like he's just trying to kill him.
And Scabbers is meanwhile going,
Bro, stop.
it's like, you're killing him. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. But he's like, he's been in my family for years. Yeah. It's like, for 12 years? Yeah, exactly. That's how long I've been in Azkaban, you doof. So, anyway.
Yeah.
So
Scabbers tries to escape.
So yeah, Scabbers.
It doesn't go well.
Yep. He tries to get away, but they turn him back into a human, and he is looking...
He's rough.
Yeah,
he's been a rat for too long.
Yeah, for way too long.
He's still got some rat mannerisms going on.
He's gross. And he keeps, like, going up to Harry and everything and being like, oh, your father wouldn't have wanted to kill me and all this stuff. We were friends and all this stuff. And so Harry finally is like, all right, fine, we're not going to kill him. We're going to take him back to the castle. We're going to give him over to the Dementors. Yeah. And they can take his soul, which is even worse than killing somebody. But we're going to do that.
We're going to do it.
But it's mainly so that they can say, okay, Peter Pettigrew is still alive. Yeah. Which obviously exonerates Sirius. He wasn't the one who killed him, who killed all those people. So that would set him free, which would be good for Sirius. So that's like the whole plan. Yep. So they get out of there. They go back through the Whomping Willow. And
Sirius and Harry have a little talk.
Yes.
Like, you can come live with me, bro.
Yeah, he's like
going to the Dursleys.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if you would want to live if you want to go back to your aunt and uncle and everything, because I mean, you might have it really good there. And Harry's like, no.
No.
And so Sirius is like, but if you want to, and you don't have to, but if you really want to, you can come live with me. I mean, but you can totally say no. You can totally say
so
no.
dumb. I don't know. I don't even know why I asked. Just don't look at me. I'm an idiot.
And so Harry's about to say, oh yeah, sure, that sounds good.
Yeah.
When
stupid Lupin.
Lupin turns into a werewolf.
Yeah. Didn't take his potion.
He didn't take his potion.
Didn't realize there's a full moon.
Yeah, I mean, I think he probably realized there was a full moon,
Probably
but he just
stayed inside.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, there's a full moon. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna hang out here so I don't kill you all.
Yeah.
If that's cool.
If that's cool with you. Yeah, so he turns into a werewolf, which means that Sirius has to turn into a dog to try to, stop him from attacking everybody. At one point, Snape, gets sideswiped by Lupin.
But it really doesn't hurt
It doesn't hurt anybody, yeah.
So, I don't know.
And then, of course, in all of this chaos, Peter Pettigrew turns back into a rat and runs off.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out.
So, he's gone. So now there goes their proof that Sirius is a good guy. And then Harry is like, I'm gonna go over to you guys stay here. I'm gonna go check on this werewolf situation.
Yeah, the werewolf and the dog fight.
And Hermione's like, okay, that sounds good. Yeah. I'm gonna keep Snape back.
She just stands in front of him. Snape's like, I can't move.
I guess I can't move. I'm stuck here.
She got me.
So Harry walks off to see what's happening with the whole situation, the whole fight. And Sirius gets thrown away, over whatever. Yeah. And Lupin is about to come toward Harry, and Harry's just standing there. He's like, I guess I'm just gonna die. I don't know.
He's dumb.
And then certainly and suddenly they hear an "oh" in the distance. Yeah. And then
he's supposed to only respond to his own pack.
Yeah, or his own kind. Yeah. Yes. So another werewolf.
Yes.
So he hears it and he runs off.
Yeah.
And then Harry's like, oh, I guess I should go check on Sirius. Sirius has turned back into regular form, regular human form.
And he just limps away.
He starts limping away. But it takes Harry so long to find him, even though he was right behind him. How did he get... He slinked so far
away from him so fast.
He's he wasn't slinking. He was booking it.
Yeah, he took off in a dead sprint.
Where did he get... How?
Yeah.
It's he was limping. How did he get away so quickly? But he gets over to the edge of the lake, or a lake.
Yeah, whatever lake that was.
I don't know. Because I feel like it's not the big lake.
Yeah. Because it's not that big.
Later you see the lake in in the fourth movie, and it's huge. Yeah. This is not that big.
It's the puddle.
I guess so. Yeah. So he limps over to the puddle. Yeah. Harry finds him, and he's like, "Okay, I found you.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
You'll be fine.
We'll get you fixed up.
We'll be good." And then suddenly the puddle starts freezing over, and it's all of these Dementors, and they're just swooping down. They're trying to take their souls, and Harry, Sirius's soul is coming out of his mouth basically, and something is about to suck it straight out of there.
Harry's glasses get knocked off in the chaos.
Yeah,
so he can't see very well.
Does it? I guess it does.
He can't see.
So he looks over though, and he sees a blur across the way, and there's it's in the shape of a stag. It's this bright stag,
glowing stag.
And then suddenly, all of this glowing stuff comes toward them.
Yeah.
Somebody has cast a Patronus, and all of the Dementors get thrown away, and then he passes out. Yeah. After Sirius sucks his soul back inside of his body, and so he's fine. So anyway, they both pass out, and then he wakes up. He's in the hospital wing because, of course, he is. It's anytime Harry wakes up, he's in the hospital wing. Yeah. He can't go to sleep without waking up in the hospital wing. Every morning, he's just like, oh, I'm here again.
Pull him out of his bed and take him to the hospital. Guys!
Come on. Can I just have one day waking up in Gryffindor Tower? So he wakes up in the hospital wing. Ron is there, who has a broken leg or whatever. Yeah. And Hermione's there, of course, too. And Dumbledore's there. And they find out that Sirius has been captured. He's in one of the towers of the castle. And they're about to go take the Dementors to him to give him the Dementor's kiss, which is going to suck out his soul.
Yeah.
Even though he already came close to that, but well, I guess here we go again.
Here we go.
So Dumbledore's like, well, you can prevent this. Just saying. You
can save a couple lives.
Yeah. So Hermione's like, oh, okay, I get it.
Got you, dog.
So Dumbledore walks out. Hermione grabs Harry and throws this chain around his neck. And does 3 turns on the time turner. She's had a time turner the whole time.
That's how she's been going back in time to take all these classes.
All of her classes.
And they write off time turners later, and like they're super dangerous. You can't use them if they go wrong. But the teachers were like, we'll give it to a child to just do whatever.
Well, the thing is, you can't go too far back in time anyway. I think the most you can go is like 5 hours or something.
Yeah, but still.
You can change a lot of stuff in 5 hours.
Yes.
And yeah, they've just given it to Hermione. In the 5th book, I don't think it shows it in the movie, but in the 5th book, they're at the Department of Mysteries in the Ministry of Magic.
Right.
And they're in this room that has all the time turners. And, conveniently, they all get smashed. Yeah. So, no more time turners.
We can't use them.
Also, there is a time turner that shows up in The Cursed Child.
Oh.
Which you have not read.
Have not.
But it causes a lot of mess. Because we find out in this, there's a lot of time travel stuff happening. It's a closed loop.
Yeah.
That's not what happens in The Cursed Child, which is one of the reasons that I absolutely hate The Cursed Child. So, another reason that I hate it, spoilers for Cursed Child, is that one of the characters is the daughter of Voldemort and Bellatrix Lestrange.
Ew.
So, I don't
that sounds bad.
I don't like to talk about it, okay? Why?
It's a Bruno situation.
It is.
All right, so they go back in time.
They do.
It's 7:30.
Yes.
Where were you at 7:30?
Where were we at 7:30? I think we were going to Hagrid's cabin for the execution, all that stuff. So they head out that way. They get to watch Hermione punch Draco again. Yeah. So that was nice. Yeah. See that one twice. And then
hide behind the pumpkins.
Yes, they hide behind the pumpkins. And you find out that Hermione is the one who threw...
Yeah. Why is she like losing her mind on patience? Like she's like, why aren't we coming out yet? What's going on? You were there. You know why. You know what you were saying. And
I guess so many things have happened at this point that she's forgotten how. But I don't know. But she notices, she sees the rock that she saw in the past. Yeah. So she's able to throw it and then hits Harry with the other one. Yeah. And
she's like, that hurts. Like,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. And so they hide in the forest, and of course they're the ones who hit the
twig snap.
The twig snap, and that's who Hermione sees. Or thinks she sees. Yeah. And then they pass them, run off. They have to wait till...
They watch them go into the willow, and they're like, now we wait.
Well, they wait first. They watch them go up. Then they have to wait for once they're out of the way, they go and grab Buckbeak.
Yeah, because Fudge and everybody are in there with Hagrid and Dumbledore, so they can take Buckbeak and they'll know it's not Hagrid that got rid of him.
Yes, because they've already seen the hippogriff out there.
Right.
So they lead him into the forest, and that's when the executioner and everybody comes out and they see that Buckbeak is gone, and he raises his axe and he cuts a pumpkin
for no reason. He's so angry.
Because we had to make it look like Buckbeak died. Yeah. But he didn't.
Okay.
So they've got Buckbeak. Everything's good. Then they watch them go into the willow. And that's when they just have to wait. They're like, okay, we'll wait for a while. And that's when Harry's like, I saw my dad.
I saw my daddy.
He created a thing and saved us.
Yeah.
Or he may have said that when he woke up. I can't remember.
He said, he cast the Expecto Patronum or whatever.
Yeah, but he goes into more detail, yeah.
Hermione's like, Lupin said only the most powerful, amazing wizard could possibly do that.
Yeah.
It's like okay. Don't they all do that eventually? Like, can't even Ron do that at one point?
I mean, they learn how, yeah.
So, I mean, doesn't make them the most amazing wizard.
It's not enough. Usually, the ones that they do, it's like, it can maybe stop one Dementor, but this one was like so many. So, I guess that's what makes it so cool or whatever.
I just really hate
But also, you know,
Harry Potter so much credit.
Yeah, but also Harry's like, you know, he keeps saying, you know, it was my dad. I swear it was my dad. And Hermione's like, your dad's dead.
It's not him, bro.
It's like, okay, thanks for bringing that back up.
Yeah.
So it couldn't be him because he's dead. It's like, okay, Hermione. So they watch everything happening. They watch him, you know, come back out. They watch Lupin turn into a werewolf and
get to the part where he's about to attack Harry.
Yes, and Hermione makes the "ow" sound,
which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because she's not a werewolf.
Nope. Or is she? She's not.
No, she's not. So anyway, that gets Lupin's attention. He runs off toward them, and she's like, "Oh, I did not think of this part. So we may be in danger."
Yeah.
So they run off, but Buckbeak comes and saves the day. And attacks him, and he runs off.
Yep.
And they're like, "Man, Professor Lupin's having a really rough night." It's like, yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's true.
Because in the book, they talk about it more where, like, each time that he turns, when he turns every month, he takes a potion before that will make him a little more docile, I guess. And it's a potion that Snape makes every time. So when he takes it, he stays in his office that night, and that way he's not attacking anything. He locks himself into his office or whatever, so he can't get out. So he's fine. But the reason he didn't, he saw Peter and Sirius on the map, and that's when he went to the Willow. And then when Snape shows up to give him his potion, he sees them also on the map and runs out. Yeah. And so that's why he didn't get his potion, because Snape was just a little too late with it, man.
Way to go, Snape.
Good job, Snape, you idiot.
Yep.
Anyway.
So yeah, and then
so they get back to, well, they have the hippogriff now. Oh wait,
it drove off Lupin.
Okay, it drove off Lupin. So now
it's the lake part.
It's the lake part. So they go to see Harry and Sirius at the lake.
Just getting tore up.
And Hermione's like, You're both dying.
Yeah, nobody's coming
to save you.
Yeah.
And Harry's like,
be here, I swear. Yeah. The Great Pumpkin will show up.
Yeah, and then suddenly Harry's like, Expecto Patronum! Yeah. Because he's like, it wasn't my dad, it was me the whole time.
Yeah. He doesn't create the stag this time.
No, it was really weird, because it's like, maybe we just couldn't see it. There was a stag. Maybe from far off you can see it. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But it gets rid of all the Dementors. And then they're like, okay, now we've done that. We've got to rush back. We've got to get back up to the hospital wing.
Yeah. Just don't understand why.
Yeah. So they get up there as Dumbledore is closing the doors. And he's like...
Harry's like, we did it.
Yeah. He's like, did what?
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye. And just walks off. And it's like... Okay, so they go back in, they see themselves disappear as they walk in the door. And Ron's like, what? You were there, but now you're there? What?
And it's like, what do you think he's talking about, Harry? He's crazy.
Yeah, they totally, like, gaslight Ron. It's like, why are you doing this?
Why are they doing this to him?
Just tell him the truth.
He's just their friend. Like, they kind of share all this kind of stuff with each other.
Yeah, it was weird. But I guess
know.
Eventually they tell him what happened.
Yeah, which makes this just mean. Yeah. Oh, but they were able to, like, take Buckbeak.
Oh, yeah, we forgot about that
Sirius before all that happened.
Yeah, because after he does the Patronus, they're just kind of standing there, and then it shows them in the air on Buckbeak, the two of them,
Hermione
and Harry's like, it was me the whole time, and I'm like, you waited till you were on Buckbeak to tell this?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. But yeah, they go up to the tower, they save Sirius. Sirius rides Buckbeak off into the moonlight.
Yeah, he's like, sorry you can't come stay with me, but I'm wanted still.
I'm gonna be on the run, so bye. So they head off. He heads off.
Yeah.
So they did get to save both of them.
Everybody's safe.
Yeah. I can't believe I forgot to say that.
The most important part of the thing.
Okay, that was the whole reason that they went, but sure. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then, like, the next day...
Oh, he's like going into the cafeteria or whatever?
Well, no, he goes to see Lupin.
Yeah.
And Lupin is, like, packing up all of his stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I resigned because somebody told that I'm a werewolf and they're going to be angry parents.
Yeah, parents are going to be pissed.
Talking about it and sending in letters and trying to get me fired. So I just went ahead and resigned.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And so he's like, but now that I'm not your teacher anymore, I can give you this map back. But we were like, now that I'm not your teacher anymore, would you like to meet up for coffee sometime, Harry?
So weird.
A proper date?
Yeah.
No. So he gives him back the map.
Yeah.
He says mischief managed and gets it to go. And it's like, oh, so how did he know the whole time? Because it doesn't go into it.
Yeah.
He was the one who made the map.
Right.
Like, he and Sirius and James and Peter made the Marauders map. And it never says. And
yeah, I don't know why.
if you don't read the books and they don't talk about that, it's like, do you know? Would someone who has only watched the movies understand what's going on there?
Right.
Because, I mean, he does talk about how he knows it's a map and all this stuff, but it just doesn't go into it.
Activate it and all this stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. And to turn it off, if he...
Yeah, they left out some important details.
They did.
But they killed some birds, so we're even.
They killed some birds, and they had some shrunken heads.
Yes.
But, yeah, they left that out, which is really weird, because it's like, I feel like they could have at least put, like, one kind of line in there toward the end, like, how did you know it was a map? Well, it's because I made it with your dad and this and all this stuff. You know, you could have put a little something in there, and then it'd be like, Harry'd be like,
what? Oh my gosh, I will go out with you.
Exactly. Oh, man. Yeah. So, there we go. And
then he runs off into the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, bro, look.
Something came for you.
Yeah.
And it's a new broomstick. It's a firebolt. Ooh. And they're like, who's it from? I don't know. It didn't have a card with it. And they're like,
this huge feather.
But this came with it, and it's a big feather because, of course, it came from Sirius.
Buckbeak, thank you.
Yeah, Buckbeak, thanks. I really enjoyed my gift.
Squawk, quack, squawk, squawk, quack, Harry.
So,
love you.
So they're like, hey, let's go. You should go test it out. So he gets out there, and he takes off on it, and then it freeze frames on his face as he's flying on his firebolt. And I hate it.
It's the worst ending.
It's so bad.
Freeze frame is so, like, 80s movie.
Why? Why would you do this?
Why? Oh,
you
man.
could just have him flying off into the distance, and that's it.
Such a bad ending. Yeah, that's it.
And also, what should have come with it was not... Well, I guess it could have had the feather, but what should have come with it was also the permission slip for Hogsmeade with Sirius's name on it, because he does sign the permission slip for him.
Yeah, he does.
So that he can go, because now, if you watch, like, the next few movies, if they ever go to Hogsmeade, technically, Harry's not supposed to be there.
Right.
Because he never got permission in the movies.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's so annoying because this is my favorite of the books, and then...
It's just such a mishandled film.
I don't know, it's so weird.
It's not a terrible film.
No, it's not.
But there's just really bad choices all around it.
I mean, because there are some other choices that they make in later films that I'm like, why?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's definitely not going to be my favorite of the movies, I would imagine.
Probably not.
But
I'm not sure what my favorite of the movies is.
I don't really even remember the first two.
Yeah. I mean, the first two, they stick pretty close to the books.
Maybe the first one's my favorite so far.
Yeah.
Because it was
so much bad CGI, though.
Oh, yeah. But I can forgive that.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. Yeah. So anyway... Let's get on to our snack. Okay. Because we've been going for a while here now. Mm-hmm. So, what do you have with Harry Potter? We've had the jelly beans. We've had... we made the drink.
Yes.
What was the drink?
We did Polyjuice Potion. Yeah.
So now...
We have another drink. Which is mentioned in this book. They drink a lot of it, I think. Mm-hmm. But it is nowhere in this movie.
Right. Don't want kids getting the wrong idea.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. This is Old Keg Premium Butterscotch Beer. Mm-hmm. It is approved by the Ministry of Magical Foods and Drinks, apparently.
Oh,
so
well, that's
there we go.
Nice.
So yeah, this is Butterbeer, or that's what they call it in the book.
Yeah. And
in the movies when they do have it. And you can get Butterbeer at, like, the Wizarding World. which I've had. I really enjoyed it. They have like different kinds too, because you can get it like frozen, or you can get it just regular cold, or if it's in the winter, you can get it warm. And I've only had the frozen and cold, I think.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we're gonna try this out. You don't
I've
really
had
like.
a butterscotch soda that I didn't really like.
It's probably gonna be similar to this.
Yeah, so we'll see. But that one, I was also saying that when I got it, it was like months out of date, so it might not have been very good.
Well, I mean, this one doesn't have a date, so
yeah. So
it also may not be very good.
We'll see.
But I've made my own butterbeer before, where I just take
butter melted.
I make one that has like butterscotch schnapps
yeah,
and cream soda. So it's probably gonna have kind of a cream soda taste. Maybe, I don't know. That's usually what it tastes like.
I like cream soda. I don't need much. I don't need much. Thank you.
Yeah, that is very little.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to waste any.
It definitely tastes like what I've made before. I mean, not taste. Smells like what I've made before.
It smells very butterscotchy. I like the smell of butterscotch, but
I like butterscotch.
I don't know. Like candy, I don't know that I hate it.
I like butterscotch candy, but they also have this thing, I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to do at Dairy Queen, you could get a dipped cone, and they would have chocolate dipped, but they also had butterscotch dipped, and those were so good.
I never had it.
I used to get those all the time.
No. Love Dairy Queen.
What?
I love Dairy Queen.
I thought you said you love Dairy Queen. I'm like...
I'm a big fan of Dairy Queen.
I mean, me too.
I don't know who that is.
Hey,
off
kiddo.
The top of my head. Oh, hey, kiddo. All right.
It's very butterscotchy.
Really? I feel like this is kind of mild. I think it tastes pretty good. I like it.
It's good. I like it. But I mean, it tastes a lot. It's got a lot of butterscotch flavor to me.
I feel like it's way milder than that other one I had. That other one was so sickening, like butterscotch.
Okay, this is good.
Yeah, this is good.
I would definitely drink this again.
This is more on the side of cream soda than what I had.
This would probably be good as like a butterbeer float.
Oh, yeah, I bet that'd be good.
I got some vanilla ice cream. Just in case you want some.
We have to go back to Cracker Barrel. Not bad. Good for it. It's not going to be my favorite drink, but I don't, it's much better than I thought it'd be.
Oh, I did find an expiration date.
It was 3 years ago.
No, 2024. We're good.
We're good. So what are you going to rate that bad boy?
I like it a lot. I think I'm going to give it like a 7.5.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, that's higher than I'm going to give.
Well, yeah, I expected that.
Because I'm never going to get this.
Yeah.
I would try it at Potter World, whatever it's called. I would try it just because. Gotta have that experience.
Yeah.
But I'm probably going to give it a 4.
Okay.
It's fine.
I thought you were going to go with a 5, but it's okay.
No. Like, I kind of even it's... Even that little bit I had, I kind of am definitely done. Like, I'm kind of, sick a little bit.
Okay.
Like, it's too sweet, too sugary.
It is very sweet.
So, I'm just like, okay, I'm good.
I mean, I like sweet drinks, so maybe that's probably why I like it more than you do.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But I definitely don't fault anybody for liking it. That's for sure. All right. Well, have you been to the Wizarding World? Have you tried their butterbeer? What's your favorite way to have it? What's your favorite Harry Potter movie? What's your favorite book? I don't know. Just tell us whatever you want.
Just interact with us. That's all we ask.
Just talk to us, please.
Please.
We need you. But you can do that on Twitter at HavingFunCast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send us an email at havingfunpod@gmail.com.
Yes, sure. Go do that. Go have fun, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Morbius out.
Oh, gosh. Bye.